Birthdays like no other. Back when we had nothing to lose, or just felt like we had nothing to lose because we never lost it before. The first time we smoked weed together in a shivering downpour. Barely protected by a thin layer of nylon, our tent was our palace. A golden, smoky orb reveling in living out every single teenage cliche we didn't want to miss out on a thing. Turning old's got to be such a drag. So take another drag, let's all pretend that if we listen to Blink 182, we'll be placed in a permanent loop. Because the chemicals in our bodies are flip-flopping, raising hurricanes, and none of us know what's going to happen or what we're going to do. The future's just a blank page in my angsty poetry book. So thank God. In that first dive bomb, the first time my heart was almost broken back when I was 17 and stumbling, I had all those arms. Stretched out so I never had to hit the ground and break any bones. We blasted metal through the school that day until the walls melted away. We mixed vanilla ice cream with whiskey and didn't give a shit about how petty teenage rebellions like these might seem in 5 years. My friends took care of me. And we never thought we wouldn't all make it to 23. So tonight, I'm going to sit tight and alone in my room hundreds of miles away and raise a toast to the people that built me. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it to your funeral. Everyone we knew was there. Round a table, getting blind drunk, it was all we could think of to do. My bedroom is an architectural masterpiece of tear streams racing down aqueducts to my open palms, and I'm grasping salty fists to the reality of how hard this life really is. Outside that golden, smoky orb, after the Blink 182 song fades out. Thank you. Woo! So I've got 3 other poems and I promise they're all a bit happier. Next one's called Blackberry Season. Your skin is heather thistle grace. Your sun-kissed summer holidays and fresh air muddy boot Sundays. You remind me of an 8-mile walk we used to take. Me, my mum and my brother, so we could eat blackberries, collect elderflowers for a cordial, Ludlow Castle plump on its deciduous hill, then home to a hot dinner and sleep forever. My brother used to chase me through Carding Mill Valley, a jumble sail of limbs flailing like mad, gulping like fish mistaking land. He'd always find the biggest stick in the place and chase me relentlessly, grinning maniacally, but I was never scared of him. This morning, you and I climbed Arthur's Seat to watch the sunrise, like a massive red beach ball painting the sea bonfire. We climbed methodically, and when we reached the top, you screamed and danced around the peak, arms splayed in a salute to the sky, so breathtakingly human. But I was all acid sting and had no breath to be taken. I wonder if Atlas ever danced, or if he felt heavy like me, with a lightness of breath trickling down his spine to his feet. We laughed at all the tiny houses and cars, and how you thought that gravity couldn't possibly be pulling with its usual weight, no 9.8. You knew you could fly if you wanted to, if you could just catch the wind right. You smiled and shamed the sunlight. We are coils of DNA twisted into Picasso paintings, our tangled limbs reaching out through the ceiling. There's no difference between our heartbeats. Their syncopated rhythms drum out the tribal dances of our fathers, lighting candles to their future. We are every god ever prayed to by a people that can't help themselves but reach. We are every fucking masterpiece hanging in the basement galleries of artists who can't make rent but see God everywhere. We are forest fires. We are blizzards. We are very, very close right now. I spend howling nights retracing the journeys of your fingers over my shoulders, back, between my thighs, stacking up cold pillows that give too easily. I'm caressing empty door frames and window ledges, struck down in a fever by words trying to express the subtle curves of come here, come find me. I'm trapped in a mystical dialogue of archaisms and empty symbols. I'm a child wandering in a forest of antiquity. So come here, come find me. Thank you. Doing so well. Right, this is the last poem. In between each of my ribs is a perfectly preserved friendship. Knotted marionette strings that, when taut, once gracefully shaped each other's twirling limbs. That heavy belly laughter of our early 20s, before our bodies were quite what we expected them to be, still more an awkward assembly of movements and expression. But we set fire beneath the soles of each other's feet that year, and we were jettisoning sparks constantly. At house parties, rubbing shoulders together like matchsticks. We were the most enigmatic people in the world, and I knew everyone I spoke to was falling in love with me, because I was everything to everyone when you were with me. And even on rain-clad, gloomy Sundays, when reality kicked particularly hard and sharp, we'd bunch up on one another's bed covers, guitars grabbed to twang Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell melody. Our hands outstretched, with bucket loads of tea, wine, or whiskey, to say, I'm here, I'm here. Inevitably, it was distance that got the better of us. Of every us that ever was, when we ended up scattered to the winds of post-school independence, too far for even the most ambitious fingers to touch. For a while, we'd send Facebook messages, upbeat, breezy, and completely lacking in feeling. Like the empty bottles cast out by castaways so far away that there are no words left to describe what they want to say. Craving the delicious every day, and forgetting to write you back again and again. So, it wouldn't be true to say I've never been reckless with other people's hearts. But love, I hope we can still love each other from a distance. Sit in our separate rooms, get comfortable in each other's skeletons, and knot our arms, hold out our strings, and reach, and reach, and reach, and reach. Thank you.
You know, Poppy was just sitting in the audience saying